Hello, greetings, and it's Tuesday. It's the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you, as they say in Star Wars circles. It's a dreary and damp morning after that terrible afternoon we had yesterday, that sort of archetypal bank holiday weather that we had, which will have meant we had our heating on most of the day, and I think people who were having a bank holiday break will have suffered very terribly. But these are small things. I haven't talked for many, many weeks about COVID, and I was reflecting on this earlier today as I looked at the newspaper headlines. 50 million people have been vaccinated in this country. Only one life was lost in the last 24 hours. And we approach the next decision on where we go with the restrictions. Already the government has said that the restriction of 30 people on a funeral is going to be lifted. This is not quite as simple as it sounds, because every building will still have a restriction under the current regulations. So, for example, in one of my churches, we may be able to move to 40 people at a funeral, but we can't put 100 in. And in my other churches, we may effectively have no real change because of the size of the buildings and the need to keep up social distancing. And so until those regulations change, there won't be such a big change. It does mean that if a funeral was held outside at a graveside, more people could be there. But you get the idea. And we are brilliantly moving forward. And as we move to this position that we could have given anything to be in a year ago or even 6 months ago, where we are enjoying these levels of security that were unimaginable a few months ago. The temptation is, well, we've done it, it's all sorted, let's get back to normal life. But I would say this: we've got where we are today because of sacrifices. The sacrifices and the courage that health workers, care workers, and indeed key workers have made for over a year. We've got where we are today because of a magnificent vaccination program delivered by our NHS service. We've got where we are today because many people have suffered. Businesses, workers, and there has been an immense sacrifice, and some of the ramifications of the last year will take a long time to sort out. So I would say this as we contemplate a brighter and better summer: let's still be careful. A few months ago, India was seen as a country that was doing quite well in its circumstances in this COVID situation. But now we see that they have just passed 20 million cases of COVID. And we've all been traumatized, I think, by the pictures and by the scenes that we see. COVID hasn't gone away. We still live with a global pandemic, and our relative safety is a result of good luck, courage, good fortune, and good decisions in some places. But we could so easily have got it wrong, and we might have got where we are now earlier if we'd taken better decisions and more resolute action more quickly. We don't know. But I do hope that we are careful. We are careful going forward, and we are careful particularly about the risk of new variants which could be brought in from outside the country. Those countries which have kept COVID security have done so because of very careful checks on people coming into the country and on people leaving the country and coming back. So yes, it would be lovely to think about everybody being able to go on holiday again to the places they want to go on holiday. But it is wise to be very careful as we plan for the future. So as we look at this good position, we above all give thanks for those who have made sacrifices and have worked so hard, particularly in our health service. We pray for those people throughout the world who are still suffering. And we remember that COVID is not something that has really been dealt with until it's been dealt with in every place. And may God bless us and all the people of the world as we move forward towards that.